celebrate a milestone in terms of achievement and the service that the TD Bank has provided to literally thousands of philanthropists, large and small, who've chosen to administer their charitable giving through donor-advised funds. And we've heard about the history of the Private Giving Foundation, and I won't repeat that, other than to say that donor-advised funds in Canada have actually been around since 1952. Some of you think that they're new inventions. They're not, but they were reinvented by Joanne and partially the Income Tax Act. 10 years ago, donor-advised funds in Canada totaled around $1 billion. Annual grants to charities were $150 million. Today, those grants are over $1 billion. The grants alone are over $1 billion. And an estimated 20,000 charities in Canada benefit from at least one gift a year from a donor-advised fund. So this is extraordinary growth in generosity, and it's been driven to a great extent by the involvement of not just a major bank like the TD, but the growing involvement of some independent foundations and foundations that are associated with other investment firms. So what Joanne did was light a fire within the financial services sector, and all good ideas are copied, although I'll come to one in a minute that isn't. But the distribution rate, we talk about the DQ of private foundations or foundations overall, is, let's say, 5% for those with over $1 million. The average distribution rate in donor-advised funds is over 10%. So that we, as users of donor-advised funds, are distributing at twice the minimum rate imposed on private foundations. So it's not just that we're sitting on the capital, we're actually putting that capital to work for the benefit of operating charities. The assets in donor-advised funds are now, I would estimate, around $9 to $10 billion. Now that pales in comparison to what they are in the US, so we're talking hundreds of billions, but we did start 20 years later, Ted. So, but we have seen average growth of around 20% over the last 10 to 12 years, which is extraordinary given that donations overall have been creeping up at 3.4%. That's without accounting for inflation. So clearly they have grabbed the attention of philanthropists around this country.